welcome back to another TheKillerNacho Wi-Fi battle, and this time I have a battle here against GreenHairedSnorlax, aka Lewis, and we are playing the noble tier of Underused, which definitely looks like overused light, which it has been to me, at least the last couple generations, because there's so many good Pokemon in this. And just look at his team: Scizor, Azelf, Raikou, Weavile, and Fernape. All these Pokemon were super good in OU not too long ago, so it's definitely an interesting tier to play, and he's going to go ahead and lead with that Azelf, as I decide to lead with my Jirachi, and this is a Scarf Jirachi. I'm just going to go ahead and U-turn, knowing that it'll probably do decent damage to this Azelf, and I'm worried about a Fire Blast or something. I decide to go into my Hydreigon. He's either going to Fire Blast, I think, or just set up Stealth Rocks or something. Instead, he goes for the Taunt, which is excellent for me, and because obviously it's just not really going to even do anything to Hydreigon, I decide to go for another U-turn because I'm also a Scarf Hydreigon, and he's just gonna stay in and die, which is pretty excellent for me. I figured that he might switch, try to save his Azelf, so I went for that, but it's just gonna kill the Azelf, which is damn excellent for me. The only downside is I have to show my Pokemon first, and I decide to go into my Manectric, and he's gonna go into his Mega, which is his Altaria. I decide to Mega Evolve and just go for the Hidden Power Ice, knowing that it's only X2 effective if he decides to Mega Evolve, but he decides to not. Bizarrely, and he said he was worried. I forget what he said he was worried about, but I think maybe a poison move, but I mean, what poison move would I have? So that's just pretty good for me, because I think Power Ice is going to be able to 1-hit KO his Mega because he didn't Mega Evolve, and now I'm just going to go ahead and Volt Switch against his Raikou, which honestly isn't going to do a whole lot, but it does allow me to switch out into my Swampert, which should be able to take any electric move. He's just going to be wise and just go for a Shadow Ball instead, which does some decent damage. But this matchup obviously advantages me, unless he is completely random and has a Hidden Power Grass, which he doesn't seem to, because he's going to go ahead and switch out into Miss Snips, aka the Scizor. And I'm going to go ahead and get up some Stealth Rocks, which is obviously always a nice thing to get up, because it's going to do some residual damage when he stresses out his Pokemon. And he actually does have Weavile, which is weak to rocks, so that's not too bad at all. Anyway, he's going to try to go ahead and set up here with the Swords Dance. He knows that he's down, so he needs to try to set up if he can. I decide just to go for the Scald. Unfortunately, I do not get the burn, which would have made that Swords Dance useless. So now he's sitting at +1, and he can really do some damage. He does carry Bug Bite, which is enough to actually KO my Swampert. So down it goes. And as you can see, it is Life Orb, which is something you rarely see now. But this does allow me to go into Manectric, which gets off the Intimidate. So now he's just sitting at +1. And Bullet Punch is also resisted by Manectric. So I'm pretty sure I can live it okay. And as you can see, it does less than half, which actually I thought I might even take it better. So kind of a surprising amount of damage there from that Life Orb Scissor. And I decided just to go for the Overheat. I don't want to overpredict or anything, although honestly I think I could have just killed him with a Thunderbolt anyway. But whatever. It's going to be able to kill that Scizor, and now he's going to go out into his Infernape. So now I'm sitting at -2 special attack. I could go for the Volt Switch, but I'm afraid of a potential priority move, and this is going to actually give him a free Nasty Plot. So he's trying to go ahead and set up here for a sweep because he knows that he needs to make up some ground. And as you can see, I was shocked that this Fire Blast KO. This is a Togekiss, whose specialty is in Special Defense, and Life Orb, Nasty Plot, Infernape does a ton. So I'm just going to go into my Entei now, and I'm like, okay, I have the resistance to Fire Blast, and I'm just going to go for the Extreme Speed because I know he can carry Vacuum Wave. And take a look how much this Fire Blast does. Resisted Fire Blast kills Entei 1-hit KO. Now, the Togekiss surprised me, kind of, but I had no... I 100% thought Entei could live a Fire Blast, even at +2 from this Infernape. Man, this Nasty Plot Infernape really, really, really pulling through for him, and he's going to get another kill because he does carry Vacuum Wave against my Manectric. Thankfully, I did do enough damage to him that he's going to die to his own Life Orb, but he just evened the playing field there with that Infernape. Just a ridiculous mid-game sweep. But I do... Well, actually, it takes itself out. And now I'm just going to go into Hydreigon. I know that his remaining Pokemon are the Weavile and the Raikou, so this is actually a really, really critical prediction because I was predicting this Raikou, because if he went into Weavile, that would be really bad for me. I do go for the Earth Power. He does live it because I think he probably Assault Vest. And as you can see, it's not going to quite kill, but he doesn't quite kill me either, and I'm able to get the kill here with Earth Power. His remaining Pokemon is Weavile, so I'm pretty confident that I can just win now. Obviously, he could kill me with an Ice Shard, but I can just wrap this thing up with my Jirachi, who is, like I said, Choice Scarfed and has a super effective Steel move. Unfortunately for Weavile, it doesn't carry any... Actually, it just goes for the knockoff, I guess, hoping I would switch. But like I said, it doesn't have any way to priority. Weavile, oddly, does not get Sucker Punch, so I can pretty much Iron Head with impunity, and that's going to be able to take him out. Yeah, that's a dead Weavile. So good game there, Lewis. Was a fun one, and today's question of the day is going to be, what is your, it's the beginning of October. I probably wanted to save this one for, like, near Halloween, but I can't think of anything else. What is your favorite candy? So yeah, any sweet, processed, sugary thing, basically. As for me, I was like bubblegum, and, I also like Dots and Hot Tamales, so I'm not really a big candy person, not a big sweets person in general, but those are probably the ones I would go to. So leave a comment about that, and see you guys again next time. Later.